signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carols. Carols. We need approval of minutes from May 8th.
I went through them, seen nothing wrong. No adjustments. I'll make a motion to approve the Monday, May 8th minutes.
I can second that. There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna abstain since I wasn't here. All right, first item on the agenda, approved courthouse HVAC remodel project change order number 2. We did have a meeting with SCH and Batings this morning at 8 to go over any questions regarding these 2 items. Does anybody have any questions?
After last week's meeting, we had a meeting on Tuesday, and then the one this morning, I am very well satisfied, the reasons behind these, and there was some explanation. I think if any of you don't know what they are, we can explain it to them. And then they added this last one since Friday, which is enough. Why that was overlooked, I don't know. At least this way, with that change order number 15, they can shut off each unit separately instead of shutting the whole system down if they have to do repairs. So the cabling network, after I was down there, what's his name? Jerry showed me. There's where the cabling is now, there's walls that have been knocked out, so the cables are out exposed. We have to rerun it. And it all makes sense to me now, but the cameras, there's again another thing that somebody didn't count cameras right when we first did this. But it all makes sense. So I'd be willing to make a motion to approve the change order. Number 2.
I'm second.
There's a motion.
Any thing to add, Dalton? No. Okay.
We need it.
I mean, you understand.
Yeah, I understand what we're doing, so as long as you guys doing your happy, that's all I care.
Well, after, you said something to me and I went down and it showed me like in that one room back there, they're not,
Yeah.
you got it moving.
Yep.
So
Perfect.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
Thanks, Dalton.
motion carries.
So that change order you have that has signatures on it.
Yep.
You want to go ahead and sign that on the right and then.
And while we're on that, then this morning, Bating did give me a copy of this schedule here. I gave you all, so that's following. And then also on the backside is shows how the contingencies going at this time too, so.
One more update on the change order. Air conditioning will be coming this week for the ground floor and courts.
Temporary.
Temps. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, the ground floor, those
Those
will
are
be,
I'm sorry, for the first floor and courts.
yeah. Cause the corpse will,
When they move down, they will have.
they'll have, I didn't realize those units are up on the roof already,
Yeah, they put 6 of them up there Friday.
so. That's good news.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, second item is to review or approve asbestos abatement proposal from REW, and this would be for the clerk of court, the judicial second floor ceilings and clerk of court office floor removal. Scott's been trying to get a hold of Jeff. Been a little bit of a struggle, because we want to discuss maybe potentially taking off some dollars if Batings will allow us, which they said they would, to use their lift to go out the window.
Go on here. There's an alternate also for $3,943 to remove the floor tile in the clerk of court's office. And I would say we lump these two together and approve the quote, hoping that the original number for the ceilings could get reduced with the ease of getting it out a window versus up and down the steps. The weight, the elevator can't hold the weight of all the asbestos that's going to come off. So I'll make a motion to approve the current quote we have for REW services to remove the asbestos.
Before that, my question is, how much We didn't have the asbestos money in the original quote, right?
There was 20,000 or 30,000 was the
There was a
original.
contingency.
There was a contingency, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't enough, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, the original.
Well, and I think,
Good.
I think we found out there was more areas we're gonna have to disturb than
Yes.
what we thought originally.
Thank you, yeah.
You know, as you get into a building that's older, also uncover hidden secrets.
So how do we sit financially if we keep doing these like this?
We've used 80,000 out of the 400,000, a little over 80,000 so far, of the
Okay.
400,000 in the contingency. This is not, this check won't be made to Batings. This will be made, this is the county
So,
hiring.
Yep,
This is our responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is separate.
I just wanted to know financially if we had enough to.
It's whittling away, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, every change order is, everything comes through on a change order, comes out. You can see.
But this has nothing to do with the bid. This is separate.
And we also did transfer some lost funds too, so when it comes down to it, correct? Did we,
Well,
was-
yeah, you guys will,
that
I
was the
don't know
intent.
that it's in this year's, or the 24 budget.
but if we had
The
to,
25.
absolutely.
We could, yeah, but I think, I set it up to, because we'll run out of money right at the end.
Yeah.
So that'll probably be fiscal 25, I would assume.
Obviously, we prefer not to, but
Yeah, so the, at least in the
Yeah,
dollars,
makes
you
sense.
could, yeah.
Okay,
so there's a motion. Is there a second?
make a second.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Pass that downstairs.
Who has newspaper reading?
I do.
Okay.
So the asbestos will have this floor left, and are we gonna do any, I've been very little, either ceiling in the basement. But there's very little ceiling down there, right?
There's
Yeah.
nothing in the
I don't
basement,
think there
I think
is.
there's
in the
any.
There's
basement.
no ceiling down there?
No pipe.
because that was a drop ceiling.
All right, good, so we
The
just have to,
paint in the old public health area is something that's not on there that the county will have to get done.
but I mean, so the asbestos,
You mean-
we only left
Same
this floor.
thing for
Yes.
this, Yep. Yep.
Okay, item
Still have one
number
more of
3,
these, Yeah.
review and approve Tyler Technologies payroll assistance proposal. After talking with Courtney, this is the proposal that Tyler will, I think electronically, is that correct? Courtney come in to help Courtney with the payroll change as of January 1st.
Will be in sight, which that's good because it would be way more expensive
That's good,
because
yeah.
they come out of Texas.
Yeah. And really, I thought this was reasonable for all the programming and stuff that has to change. I thought this amount was very reasonable. Courtney, is there any other things that they're gonna be helping you with as far as?
You know, I'm not exactly sure what this will all entail, but this will definitely set up our system to be able to do payroll bi-weekly. I'm sure there'll be a few things that come up during the questions we'll have. What other things we're able to do with payroll, but I don't plan on adding any additional services to
Okay.
our payroll system because that would just cost. I just wanted them to set it up so we didn't have to worry because our deductions are set up that way and it.
It's a one-time fee.
Yeah, and I feel more comfortable if they do it.
You
Yeah.
think you're gonna be able to get keep track of vacation time and sick leave time?
The software has the ability to do that. I need to find out, number one, if there's an extra cost to do that. There's gonna be an extra cost. We can always do that later on too, if we decide to do it, but yeah, that's one of my questions.
Well, I think if it's reasonable, I think we should do that.
Yeah,
So you know, not
I agree.
just the department heads.
yeah, we can.
And
that'll
then also,
definitely be a question.
and probably if it's set up right, the employee will know too on each check.
Yeah,
Yes.
All right. I will go ahead and make a motion to approve the Tyler Technologies payroll assistance proposal for 2750.
I will second it.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion carries.
a place here for signature. Assuming by getting this done, they'll get us on their calendar.
Item number 4 is to approve plat. from Ronald. Burdite,
Brighter. Brighter.
Looks like he's splitting acreage, that's what he's doing.
It don't quite make sense on there, because even the driveway was. There's two drivers in there, and not one going this other partial, you see that?
I thought he was adding this to this. I'm just saying it's busting it off.
Yes.
I understand you're gonna sell lot 1 and 2. This lot 1 survey was done, obviously back in 2009.
Yep.
For whatever reason, they didn't include the other part of that acreage, but now they are. So it'll just be 2 separate lots.
but.
Because nobody's gonna be able to buy lot 2 and build on it, because it's not big enough. So lot 1 and lot 2, it's my understanding, are gonna be sold together.
Oh,
Because that 2 is just taking it into account.
Oh, so lot 1 was done already.
Yeah, that was done in 2009. And I don't know
Okay.
why at that time they didn't just survey the whole acreage, but they didn't. So now.
But if it's split. Oh, even if it's split, you can't build on it, but if it be an acreage at 2 acres, you can build on it.
Well,
it's
it's an
existing.
existing acreage, but lot 2 is technically not an existing acreage.
Okay,
Because
okay,
it's just trees and,
so the only thing they could do is if they did sell that separately, would be put an ag building on it.
right, unless for, down the road, they could take
the
lot,
new lot has a house on it. The new
lot 1,
Lot 2 does, it looks like right here, house and
Oh.
garage.
maybe. Yeah, if there's an
Yeah.
existing home on there, you could rebuild.
Right here.
Well. What is that building on lot 1? Then? Is that a crib or a barn?
Yeah. The barn. It's a barn, an old hog barn.
I mean, and they could down the road vacate these 2 surveys. Get rid of them and then redraw, and then have this. all
The full.
But that's a little bit of jumping through hoops, so that's probably why they
5.22.
decided to just do another survey.
It is together.
I thought maybe being they went and split it, they could on an existing, but you say they can't. Okay. Well, for whatever reason he's doing it, that's fine with me, I guess. Does anybody have any other questions, or I'll make a motion to approve the plat.
A second. There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, item number 5, we have some utility permits. They're both for Charles and Rhonda Martin for the Burrito Depot. This is to run electric and sewer underneath the trail. The county attorney, no. Jason Christensen has taken a look at this, thought that everything's gonna be fine, kind of like what we did for that green bin, just below the road. Or up the trail a little bit.
I can't believe that's where the sewer is at though.
It's a ways away. Or no, it's right there. I was surprised that.
The sewer's at the grain bin site. Breeder feeding grain needs to come over to there. Utilities on the other side also on breeder feeding grains, I need to bring it underneath the trail to get electrical there.
Oh, wait, maybe I'm looking, this line looks like it's. Somebody drew it too far, I was gonna say, look like one underneath them bins. Okay,
They're basically pulling it both off of breeder feeding grains side to them. Which
Dan
surprised,
contracted me like it was in the street.
yeah, and this, yeah, dig it up there, yeah. So what surprises me that it can't come from this side of the trail. At Pedix, but it is what it is, so. Obviously, it's the best way they can go.
They're making progress up there.
We didn't see nothing wrong at the conservation meeting on it and make a motion to approve both of these permits. There's 2 permits, one for sewer, one for electrical.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Your signature on both of those.
We're gonna get you a new seat right by her.
This way we can see.
Yeah, see this one.
Item number 6, we are to review and approve county right vendor permit. Courtney, you said John had taken a look at this and was fine?
Yep.
And just to clarify, we are not charging for the permits, but we are not providing any county services.
I'll make a motion to approve the county permit for regular vendor permit for July 25 and 26.
I can second that.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
I'll go ahead and send that permit out to the, I think it's Pocket Brewery, and then, probably forward one to, the people in Mount Carmel that were interested.
Okay, thank you. Item number 7, we have the newer management annual updates. We have Mark and Melissa Schleisman, Section 5, Jasper Township, no changes. McNeese Research Center, Section 35, Sheraton Township, no changes. And we are to committee reports, and I can go first since mine's really short. I was absent last week, so I did not have anything, and this week all I had was SCH this morning.
I can go next. Last week I had newspaper and radio. Tuesday morning was the recycling center landfill executive committee. Then Jean and I met at 9 o'clock courthouse to discuss change order number 2 with SCH and Baden Construction. Wednesday, we had a meeting at the courthouse again with the owner. What's it? Owner, architect, and contractor. With Baden's to discuss change orders that we discussed on Tuesday. Wednesday, I went out to the Jade approach. They were pouring that across the tracks. That was making progress. It should be done now. Jack Anderson and I went down and looked at the Honlos pit on 250th. I think the county bought 40,000 tons of gravel from them. Thursday, had a meeting with Ragbri, with the DOT, the sheriff, the city police, discussing the route, whether they're gonna use Highway 30 or not. That's still not 100% decided to get them out of Carroll. The other thing discussed was take them up north on Noble, through Letterdale, around and down into Glidden. But that would require a lot of county resources, and Zach said no. This week I have tomorrow, Gene and I are CCGP at noon. From all.
And I can go. Last week we had conservation, and nothing crazy there. Some lease agreements and stuff like that they did, but they did hire a new park technician, which is kind of cool. This week I have Board of Health meeting on Wednesday at noon.
Quick question, trail maybe starting the week of Memorial Day.
Yeah, supposedly, and they're gonna try getting them to start the trail at Maple River and come this way. That way they can, if it does happen, they can get hopefully to Carroll on that, people that do use the trail. They did talk about they're asked to charge, people that use the trail, and basically conservation voted no, because there's no way to police it, you know? And depending on what Sac County does, who knows, but there's no way to sit there and they use it, you know? It's a 1 day deal. Hopefully, they like it and some people
Come
sign
back.
up and come
Mhm.
back, and that was our deal. One update was that they were working on that Swan Lake pump update. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's kind of neat. They got a DNR grant or money for that. They're gonna put a pump out there and, so they can lower the lake and raise it basically, so they can, I don't know, keep the vegetation coming back in, which would be cool, keep it healthier. Kind of neat project they're working on.
No. May 10th, I had a DCAT committee conference call. We approved the fiscal year 2024 budget and contracts, and my next meeting, that is June 15th. Hazmat meeting, quarterly meeting for May 24th has actually been moved to a Zoom call, so it's still not gonna go in person. I have a Carroll area childcare today at 4:30. I'm still waiting on a date for the joint 911 meeting. There's only one left this year. Preparedness Coalition. We met last Monday, and then the next meeting is June 5th. And they're having a possible pre-communication exercise on the 7th. Details to be determined, possible. I'm not for sure if they're gonna do that. And then Safety Committee, I met with Amy, was Monday as well. And we discussed a lot of details on that. And then I was also able to find an old binder from 2017, so that's gonna be really helpful. And I'm in the process of identifying who can be on the new committee based on who was on the old committee. I do have newspaper and radio today. I might sit in on the Board of Health meeting if I'm allowed to go to that. I don't know.
It's a public meeting.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
just because I feel like they kind of overlap with the preparedness.
Anything in public meeting. we can go.
So I might go to that as well. What is it, noon on Wednesday?
Absolutely.
That's all I have.
Okay, last week, Tuesday, as Scott said, we met with a change order discussion. And then this week, had this morning, the remodeled meeting, Tuesday CCGP at noon. Then Wednesday, again, I have a refugee meeting, and then Friday is the yes sign for me.
What are you guys doing with the refugee thing?
What are we doing? They're just talking about it right now.
This one at Western Iowa Networks.
Yeah,
That Jim Buell.
yeah, I don't know why
Yeah,
but it must be started up, they kind of got dropped and then. I don't know that there's gonna be too much done at this point, it sounds like we're just talking.
there were like 128 people invited, or 63, there was a big number of people. I think we all got invited to it.
Courtney?
Next week, all I have right now is the budget amendment hearing.
2 reg permits, hopefully. Vendor permits.
They get them back to us,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we're in order for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second, there's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Not all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
We are off.